Today we have an awesome build for you. We're going to recreate a car that exists in real life that is infamous and famous at the same time. You guys might know Matt Carriker from Off the Ranch and Demolition Ranch. He built a burnout car from his old El Camino, and he used it in Cletus McFarland's competition and won. He even let his wife Mare drive it. So today we're going to get into that, and we're going to strip down this premium former treasure hunt car, and we're going to make it look just like the El Chromino that Matt built. He put an LS engine in it. Of course, we can't do that because there's no room in this car for it, but we're going to add some exhaust to make it look awesome. So let's get into it. First, we're going to go ahead and take it apart. I've already got it drilled out. Got two posts, one in the front, one in the back. We're going to pop these wheels off. We're going to add some reel riders on there, some slicks on the back. Here's the base. We're going to chrome the back bed because the El Chromino has a chrome back bed, and we're going to chrome the steering wheel. The windshield is brand new and it looks awesome, so we don't have to do anything with it. So I'm going to go ahead and dip this in the stripper. Then we're going to use this Molotow pen to give the car a chrome look. Hopefully this paint will come off pretty easy. These premiums have some tough paint, but if not, we'll sand it a little bit before we dip it. So I'll be right back after I drop this in the citrus strip. All right, we got the base here. We went ahead and popped the old wheels off, and I put some racing slicks on the back. There, who's your racing slicks? I use super glue and baking soda. We're just going to put a drop on there and throw some baking soda over it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is the front axle. It was a little too long, so I shortened it up. I cut the end of the axle right there with a pair of side cutters and crimped down on it. I'll show you right here in a second. Just take the pliers, and I use the flat part right there, and I squeeze down on them. You can use fencing pliers too. They work really well. And then that gives you that nice tight fit at the end of the axle, and it hides in the tire so you never see it. I usually like to try and save these pins right here. Sometimes they pop off, depends on how brittle the base is. You just snap that back down in there, and we're going to throw some super glue on here and a little dab of baking soda to help cure it real quick and give it some extra strength. You'll see what I mean right here. Just a little dab of baking soda. I'll press down on it right here, and we'll shake off the rest so that we don't have it all over our car. We don't need it. See, as soon as the baking soda hits it, it cures right up. Ready to go. Rolls really nice. Okay. Now we're going to take the interior, and we're going to try it on the car because these wheels are pretty wide in the back. They kind of rub on the tubs. So I'm going to have to scrape the inside of these tubs out a little bit so that the tire fit. And right here you can see the white glue. I kind of already started doing this and went through into the bed, but we put some super glue and baking soda on there to close it up. We're going to scrape it down now using this utility knife. You can also use a Dremel tool if you have one to kind of ease it out a little bit. I think it's starting to look pretty good here. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and give this another try and see how it fits. It wasn't going to take much. Keep from rubbing them big wide slicks in the back. Yeah, that's all right there. All right, now we're going to chrome plate the bed of this truck, and we're going to chrome plate the steering wheel. Matt has a chain steering wheel, I believe, but I can't get a chain steering wheel for this little tiny car, so we're just going to chrome what's here. If anybody knows anybody that 3D prints chain steering wheels, let me know. We'll just put a little dab of this Molotow ink. This is a refill right here on the top of the baking soda. And I'm going to use the old marker that dried up a long time ago. We're just going to use the point to chrome plate the steering wheel. Give it that awesome look, like Matt's chain steering wheel. This car is so tiny though, you'll never notice unless you really get inside, you know. But yeah, we'll make sure we get it from underneath so it looks authentic. I think it looks pretty awesome myself. I was thinking about chroming some of the other parts on the inside, but we didn't want to get too ridiculous with it. I even did the back of the steering wheel, so that's getting into it right there. Thought about doing a shift knob and all of that, but I didn't want to get too busy. Now we're going to focus on the bed of the car. I actually thought about using the pin to do it, and I was like, wait a minute. No, we're going to use the refill, and we're going to put it in our airbrush, and we're going to tape it off and paint the bed of this car chrome, because Matt's bed is chrome. Okay, I forgot this car was a premium. It was already zinc plated, so I don't have to do anything but polish it up and then maybe throw some clear over it. I think that would look awesome. What do you think? Leave me a thumbs up if you like that idea. That way we're using the original finish to the car. I need to chrome plate this bed so that it matches the rest of the car. So we're going to use some Molotow ink. We're going to spray it on with my spray brush. This works really well. You want to get a heavy coat on there to give it shine. As you can see here, it's starting to shine a little bit. And I think it looks fantastic. It could shine a little bit better, but hey, it's the bed of a truck. What do you expect, right? Okay. We made some exhaust coming out the hood, just like Matt's El Chromino. We used from K&S, bought it at Hobby Lobby. Round copper tube, 1/16 inch. I think it's about the right size. And I took a wire wheel, went over it to make it look like heated steel pipes. I'm going to clear coat over the whole thing and seal the chrome so it doesn't tarnish. And then we'll put some decals on it. Okay, we needed a fuel cell for the back of the El Chromino, so I took the liberty of using a red Lego set and making a fuel cell out of the fuel cell. I put the chrome stripes on there to, to demonstrate the aluminum framework that held the fuel cell together. Then I took a piece of the aluminum pipe that I had, painted it black to make a fuel hose that'll go in the hole on the top, and it will come down and go through a little hole in the bed, as you see right there. That's a screw that's going to hold the fuel cell down to the bed of the truck. Okay, we finally got our decals in. We got the El Chromino decals, the Texas decals, and the BF Goodrich decals to go on the El Chromino. We're going to cut these out and apply them as to where to go. One will go on the back, this will go on this side by the gas tank, and there'll be one of these on each side. I might put one of these on each side of the fender. We'll see how they go. So let me cut them out and we'll see how they turn out. Okay, I know these decals are too big right here, but you could not see them if they were any smaller. You know, like the one that goes on the gas tank couldn't be, any bigger. It had to fit on the gas tank to be appropriate, and it had to be that small to fit on the gas tank door. But that's the way it had to be. Alright, we're going to let that cure up, and then we're going to put it back together. Alright, we're back with the El Chromino. We're going to assemble it and take a look at it, see how beautiful it looks. Here we have the body with the decals on it, the BF Goodrich and the El Chromino in the front. Again, I made those bigger because you couldn't see them if they were any smaller. If I can stay in focus, the BF Goodrich here, El Chromino here. It should have been real small right there, but you can't see them if they go any smaller on 164. And then we have the El Chromino across the back. Then we have the Texas area code logo back here on the gas tank. To me, that's the coup de grace, because a lot of people wouldn't notice that. Another BF Goodrich and another El Chromino right there. Alright, we're going to slip the the windshield in first. And then we have the interior. We painted the bed of the El Chromino chrome like the rest of the car. And we added a fuel cell to the back of the truck because, you know, the old one rotted out from sitting on the ground for so many years. And then we have the base. That's a metal base with some Hoosier racing slicks on the back so that Matt can do lots of burnouts. And we have the racing tires on the front that lock up and hold the car steady to the ground. They have to be nice and wide so you can get a grip. And we just put it all back together. Have a nice long screw to hold it in the front. Too bad we couldn't put an LS motor in here, but we have a nice hood scoop on the front, just like Matt has on his El Chromino. Right there, a nice big old hood scoop. And because of the bed being so shallow, we've got to use a shorter screw. So I'll put that in the back. Tighten that bad boy up, and there we have it. The El Chromino in all its glory, driven by Matt Carriker and his wife Mare. Let's plop it on the carousel and have a look at it. Okay, here it is, the El Chromino in all her glory in 1/64th scale Hot Wheels version. I think it looks fantastic, and I hope you do too. Them wide slicks on the back, them racing tires on the front help hold the car still while Matt does his burnouts. You guys make sure you check out Matt at Demolition Ranch and Off the Ranch. He also had some other channels about veterinarians, because you know he's a vet, like veterinarians. Anyway, check him out. Also check out all the other guys that are doing diecast, like Diecast Graveyard and Outlaw Speed Stop. Thanks for watching. Alright, I had an extra case laying around, so I thought I would put the car in it and see how it looked, and I thought it looked pretty good. All I had to do was drill a small hole in the bottom of the car, run the screw through the bottom of the case. There was already a hole there because there was another car in this one, and just screw the car down to the base. Now, I think it looks great. I think the base gives the car that interesting, hey, look at me, look. It's not just a car sitting around. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a great time doing it. Doing a themed car like this here, it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, how about leave me a thumbs up? And if you're not already subscribed, how about go ahead and subscribe, ring the bell for future notifications of great video content like this, and check out everybody else that's doing this kind of stuff. All the guys that in the Four Horsemen and the Three Blind Mice and all those great guys. And make sure you check out my friend Paul over at Diecast Graveyard. He made the decals for this beautiful car. He does awesome work. Have a wonderful day.